Hey there, my friend. This is going to be a quick and informative video for you. I don't want to waste any of your time, but it's going to give you the basic blueprints to sell luxury real estate using social media marketing. I was actually at a FBO with, they have a lot of jets and all these different things around, and I came across the DuPont Registry, the buyer's guide to fine homes. And as I'm flipping through it, I'm like, wow, this is like tons of, one, two, three, $27 million homes. And, from my marketing mind just started going. And I was like, wow, these guys, this is a great resource for high end realtors. All right. But what I come to find out is as I was going to, you have the magazine, and then everybody has their links to their websites and different places and phone numbers and stuff like that. And as I went to their websites, what I noticed was none of them had proper Facebook pixel. There's a little code that you can check a website for to see if it has a pixel on it. And I realized they were totally missing out on a big opportunity here. And that's what this guide is going to go over. I just felt the need to kind of show how combined with print media, you could really level up the marketing luxury real estate across the world. Okay, so first, what I'm going to do on this video is basically start off with the why. Then we're going to talk about what you need, and then we're going to end it with how to implement it for your own business. Okay, so first off, one of the reasons is to use Facebook marketing. You get far more reach for a less cost versus traditional print media. You can get views, like let's say that you did a nice drone footage of a property. You can get penny views to a target market, which I'm going to get on how to target it specifically in a second. You can engage with warm prospects. So what that means is you have somebody that comes to your page. You can then follow up with a retargeting campaign, whether that's with another ad saying like, hey, I know you saw, this listing. Here's a whole nother list of stuff similar to it, because maybe there was something here that they didn't like, or, maybe you want to send them to a application to make a phone call with you. You can retarget a lot of them. Cross platform marketing. So like I was saying, you have the print ads that you do, you send them to your website and they check it out. Well, then the next time they're on Facebook, they see your face, all right? And it's like a welcome message. It's you saying, hey, I know that you were checking out my website. I just wanted to let you know I'm here if you need me to help. So that's very good. You can pre-qualify leads. That's going to come from the targeting we're going to talk about in a second. And you can leverage, instead of you trying to figure out like where, as they say, there's tons of lakes, and you have your fishing rod with your hook. You're trying to figure out which lake do I need to fish in. Where's the ideal buyer for this property? Okay. Well, you can use Facebook's billion-dollar logistical woo-woo formulas to figure out exactly where they are with your expertise. Like you've been in this business, you've been doing it for a while, what your target customer is. The trick is how to find them with the lowest cost. Also with Facebook and Instagram, they're tracking and optimization. That, hey, if I can spend, the numbers might come out to where if I spend $500 on advertising this house on Facebook, I'm going to sell that $1, $2, $3 million home kind of thing, which I'll take that every day of the week. I think you would too. It's simple to set up, but it's significant in its application. This is where people get wrong. With Facebook, there's tons of people out there that say that they can use it. There's also tons of people out there that try it and get burned by it. You can waste a lot of money really fast if you don't know how to apply it properly. And I'll get more on that a little bit later. Coronary conversions. So what this is the coronary, as with the heart. Let me get a little anatomical with you, because I do work in the medical field as well. But the coronary arteries go across your whole heart, and they kind of sit like a crown. Okay, that's coronary crown. Well, this is the only place in the heart where, as the blood actually flows backwards instead of forwards versus everything else. So the idea here is, while everybody's zigging, excuse me, I gotta decline that. Everybody's zigging, you're zagging. Okay, so while everybody's doing these different things out there, you can become this fresh new breath of fresh air with Facebook and Instagram marketing, reaching a whole new demographic of people. And it's a perfect complement, like I said, to traditional marketing methods. You have your print media combined with your website. If you add in properly structured Facebook and Instagram, you can then weave in and out of all of these to where they work together, all right, to where you have a whole empire working for you. All right, and that's kind of a lot at one time, but I hope that you can see that like Facebook is very, very important, and this is where I'm going to kind of dive a little bit deeper, like we talked about. This is the audience insights maker. So I wanted to give you a quick little idea. So right now I'm in the United States. Age is 18 to any. Pretty much we can talk to everybody. Interest right now, I just typed in luxury real estate. You can actually put in the DuPont registry here and get data on it, and it will tell you all the other different page likes and locations and activities and stuff like that. But I'm going to just I want to keep this video simple, and we can talk more about this later, but I just wanted to show you the possibilities with this. So starting off, right now we have an audience of 3 million with this. Ages all over the place, and some of these, of course, are just people that want to have that luxury. It's a desire, and then these people over here, they're probably the ones that actually have the means and live there. But how can we trim that so that we're not spending dollars on people that aren't qualified to purchase our homes? Well, first, you can target other luxury related categories, okay? And Facebook knows what kind of people these are. Like, see, the most, 9% here, Summit States, families are enjoying the good life, luxury travel, entertainment, consumption of every kind are easily within reach. So this would be somebody that you would want to be able to target, and we can, but I'm going to go a little deeper with you. I'm going to skip right over to household. So let's just go right here. These are homes that have done home value over $1 million. All right. So now we just cut it from 3 million to 70 to 80K. We'll see that our age groups, we see that, all right, so we probably want to start at 45 and up. Our categories go down, but that's good. We want to weed this stuff out. We know the locations of the majority of these people. Let's see. I wanted to show you. So home price, most of these are annual income, 150 to 250, all the way to 350. And so I wanted to show you what this kind of looks like, even granular. This is inside the Power Editor now, and this is where the magic happens. So let's say the same kind of thing. Trying to find one buyer or a set of buyers in a field of 10 million people can get pretty tough. But if we have luxury real estate, and then we narrow that by, say, demographics, financial, you're going to probably, let's say 150 to 250. Let's narrow that even further. Watch this. Likely to move. So this is behavior-based targeting that Facebook and all its $1 billion that it spends knows how to find these people. So now we just narrowed it down from 10 million people to 15,000 people, that for as little as $5 a day, I'd be able to reach 200 to 500 people on Facebook that are pretty targeted. Oh, here, let me go even farther. Let's bump our age. Let's say over 40. All right, so now we just cut that down even more. So we can pretty much, in a short period of time, in 30 days, do you think that you'd be able to find somebody inside this 2,000 group with a properly structured ad, offer, home pricing, that you could get something done? So that's the power of it. So what you need to get this set up is you need to have, all right, these are some of the check up list. First thing is the pixel code. All right, this is a simple piece of code that goes on the website. There's actually, it's not really that hard to do. If it's done wrong, then it's very costly. But if it's done right, then it can make you a lot of money because your marketing cost goes down and your exposure goes up. You look like the authority. You can set up custom audience setup. So a custom audience would be everybody that lands on your website is an audience that you can then market to directly because you know that this audience has seen your website, so they're more of a warm to hot lead. You can also, let's say that you have a specific listing, you can set up a custom audience for this listing to follow up with them to say, hey, I know that you saw this oceanfront property in Miami. If that wasn't what you're looking for, I have other listings that you could show them to. You could show them some more highlights or features of it. I'm not going to beat a dead horse. You can kind of see the value there. And you can also do lookalike audience. So as you get more and more people, Facebook, starts grouping these to say like, hey, all these different groups that you've been targeting and you've been using, all right, we're going to take all this data and we're going to find new people for you, so you don't have to do all the targeting. And so that's saves you a lot of time and effort leveraging Facebook's powerful formulas and stuff. And basically what you want to have set up for this whole process, you need to have a series of websites. If you're familiar with sales funnels, is basically you want to have a way to capture leads, so like an opt-in page. Then your bridge or thank you page has value on it where you're teaching them about the property, about, hey, one of the good things with luxury real estate is that you can put together a guide of like, hey, the guide to oceanfront property, guide to luxury real estate in the Caribbean, or New York, California, something like that, Malibu Beach, or maybe it's a commercial buyer. You can give a guide to commercial buying so that it positions you as the authority for their interests and needs, so they're more likely to come back to you. And just to hit home, we can retarget, we can do pivot offers, and kind of say, hey, did you see this? Because they might have glanced at it. They need to come back to it. You're able to go back, put their eyeballs back on your website, okay, and without you having to, follow up. This is all set up in the background for you while you're building your business. And like I was saying before, you can do custom domains. If I was advertising in the DuPont registry, I would take this is the print. I would have a specific web link, all right, so that if that person goes to it, they're greeted by a video of me saying, hey, thanks for checking out my ad in the DuPont registry. Below you will find, and then direct them wherever you want them to go. So it's congruent messaging. They know that they're coming from there. It's kind of a nice little warm introduction to each other. Then you can send them wherever you want on the web at that time. All right. And you could just switch out this link. That every time you do print media, you just switch out this video for whatever action you want them to do, kind of thing. All right. So let's see, where are we at now? So print media, direct specific link, yeah, cross-platform marketing message. Again, not to beat a dead horse, but you advertise or you have people on your website, you retarget them on Facebook, you can retarget them on Instagram, and then you can send them back to your website or maybe a new listing. Or maybe you start with Facebook and you send them over to your website. You can then follow up with them on Instagram. There's also, of course, I don't really think it would be needed, but of course you could do YouTube and AdWords and stuff like that too. The possibilities are endless. You want to be able to, if you can follow this person all around the web, and at each time you're giving them value, like education about the things that they need to know about this luxury property, you're going to be instilling goodwill into their heart, so that whenever their mind has to come to that time to do the purchasing, people act on two things. They act on reason and they act on want. Want is the desire of the heart. Reason is the desire of the mind. Okay, this is where they logically have to justify the cost. This is where they emotionally make the decision to pull the trigger. So if you can connect with them on their desires and then show them the reasons why they want to make the purchase, then you're more likely to get sale a lot faster. That's just basic selling principles. So what I want to kind of go to now, if you've kind of like this idea of being able to, target your specific customers, set up, Facebook, Instagram, these different platforms to complement your current marketing programs, but you're not really sure how to do it, then what I want to offer to you and show you how to exactly put this marketing system into place. I don't have enough time right now to kind of go through it, and everybody's situation is going to be a little bit different. So what I want to do is set up a time for us to have a 30-minute chat. All right. And who this is not for, if you're like just starting out in real estate, then this isn't really going to work. Or if you're just trying to transition, or if you're not doing a certain amount of take-home revenue, then this might not be for you. And if you're short, if you don't have that big vision for your company, if you don't see your company going into multi-million-dollar, billion-dollar in sales kind of thing, then this probably isn't for you. And then also, if you have a low transaction value, like this is for people that are into the 500 to million plus multi-million type properties that want to move and shake a lot of different properties fast. Okay. And so I'm kind of a little picky because I do offer 100% satisfaction guaranteed. I don't partner with you unless, because I do offer this as a service. That's of course why I'm reaching out, but I'm going to be showing you everything. Okay. You're going to know everything of what to do. If you kind of fit that criteria, we'll do a complimentary account review of what your current marketing is and a strategy session on how to improve it. At the end of it, there's no obligation. I'm not going to ask you for anything. You can just take the information and implement it yourself. You can get one of your in-house people to do it for you. If you don't have an in-house person, or if you want to, I'd be extremely glad, of course, if you want to ask me to do it for you. But if not, no worries. There's no hard feelings at that point, okay? As long as you got value of it, then I'll be happy. And just so you know that if you do choose to partner with me, my fees start at $2,500 per month, which really doesn't really cost you anything if you think about it, because with that $2,500, if you get $1 million sale, at 3%, let's say, that's going to be roughly, the $30K, which basically pays for my whole fee for the whole year. So, and I'm pretty confident that if you're a forward thinker, understand marketing, and wants to level up, this is going to be a no-brainer. And you're actually, so my services are basically, they'll end up being free. And I'll probably end up going up on this fee at some point in the future. But for now, that's where we start at. And to make it, I want to know that I think everybody's time valuable. If you think that I've wasted your time, I'll send you $100. So there's really nothing to lose and everything to gain if you want to set up this strategy call. And so all you need to do to set it up is you can shoot me an email here, or you can give me a call. This is my cell number. We can have a quick 5-minute chat just to touch base and work out a day and time. If I just ask that you give me about 2 days to review your website and everything that you've kind of been doing, then on that 30-minute phone call, I'll be able to give you the most amount of value possible. And at the end of it, you're curious about, using my services, then we can go ahead and talk about that. But I'm not going to ask you, I'm not going to talk about it unless you mention it, and that's my promise to you. All right, so that's what I have. Let me make sure that I didn't leave anything. Yep, that's the end of my thoughts for it. Okay, so if you want to take your marketing to the next level with me, then let's go ahead and schedule a strategy call, and I look forward to talking with you. All right, have a good one.